Hello and welcome to my craft room. My name is Michelle Wells. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Tasmania, Australia. Today I'm going to make a cute little quick card called a corner fold. So this is what I'm going to create today. This is using Rococo Rose, which is retiring. It's a 2021 in colour that's retiring in May, I think. So I'm going to do a different color today. But I'm also using the Forever and Always stamps set, and I'm using the Always dies. So I'll be cutting out the flower and the leaves. And I'm also using the stitch shape framelits, and I'm going to use the largest square there to do this shape here. And I'm using the True Love Designer Series paper, so I've picked out a piece of that as well. I've got everything all pre-cut. I'm going to be stamping love. I think I'm going to be stamping love, and I'm going to be stamping you so very much. So I'm going to have love, you so very much, and I'm going to have that on the inside this time. So I'm not sure where I put a piece here, but I might change it up just a little bit. So, like I said, I've already got everything pre-cut. So I'm going to pop them over there, out of the way. And I'm going to set this card up here. So the first thing we're going to do, like I said, I've already got everything pre-cut here. I've got my Holland Heather, and this is 8 by 5.5, and I'll score that at 4. And I've got 2 pieces of Whisper White. This is still Whisper White. It's basic white now, but I am using up all my Whisper White. So, and these pieces here are 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, and a piece of DSP or Designer Series paper, which is 3 1/2 by 5. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to start off with this piece here first. So I haven't done all my pre-scoring yet, so I'm thinking about turning it up this way because I was finding it very hard to see. Well, actually I might take it that way. I was finding it very hard to score my measurements, so I'm just going to make sure I'm standing up here just to have a look in my my phone to make sure that I'm in view so you can see. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to bring it down to the 4 inch. So I'm going to put that onto the 4 inches, and I'm going to score that one. So we're just going to do, the first one's going to be the score, and then we're going to move that along. Hopefully that's, yep. And then we're going to bring it back. So I'm going to slide that back. So we've done our 4 inch measurement there. So we're going to bring this back to 3. So I'll just make sure it's on the 3. So it's going to have a little, yep, make sure he's on the 3 there. I'm just going to have a little, because I don't want it to be off. So I've got that on the 3, and without, I'm not going to use, but I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to bring my cutting blade up here to 2 1/2. So I'm going to sit it down. I'm finding it very easy, finding it a lot easier to do it this way. So I've got my blade on 2 1/2 here on my, and you can use this with a pen and a ruler and a scorer if you haven't got a trimmer, but this is how I'm finding it easy. So what I'm going to do is I've got it on the 2 1/2, and I'm going to take it down to 5 7/8, so which is there. So I think that's, oh sorry, 4 7/8. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so I've got that down there, and I'm just going to lift this up, and then I'm going to turn this piece here around. So I'm just turning it around to my right, and then I'm going to put that back up on 3 again. So make sure that's on the 3 inch side there. And then I'm going to pop my blade down, and I'm going to bring it up to the 3 inch. And I seem to, I did this last time. Okay. Pop that at the 3. And I'm just going to pop that onto the 3. And And then I'm going to take that up to the 5/8. So we're going to go up to 5/8, so which is about there, 4, 5. So that should be very good. So I've got that. So just to go through that again. So you do your score. You pop this at 3. Once you've got that on 3, you take your blade down. You take your blade to 2.5. Do that score first. So you're doing the cut. So you're doing from 2.5 down to 4 7/8. Then you pop it out, and then you turn it, and then when you turn it, you put that on. So make sure it's lined up at the 3 on this side here, and then you put that down, and then you line your your cutting blade at 3 here, and then you cut right back to 5/8. So the 5/8, how you tell the 5/8 is like the halfway line, half an inch is 4. Then you go the next little notch, so the next longer notch. So, but yeah, it's easy to do. And then that's your card. So we'll get rid of the I hope I explained that enough. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fold on that. So I'm going to grab my bone folder, and I'm just going to crease that one up. And to get your little car, like your little corner flap, what we're going to do is we're going to fold this one in. So we're going to push that under, and we're going to make sure that you line these up here, and you can line it up with the grid if you want. And once you've got it where you want it, then you're just going to grab your bone folder and just give them a good crease down. And that is your corner fold. So I'm just giving it a good good crease down now. So once you've got that part, I'm just going to double check to make sure that I'm still in view. Yep. So once you've got that, we're going to pop that aside because we don't need that one just yet. So I've gone a little bit off there, but that's okay. But I could have went down, but I'm happy with that. So the next pieces I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in so I'm going to grab this piece here, and I'm going to stamp, with this piece here, I'm going to stamp my love first. And I didn't get a piece of, like, I'll just see if I've got a piece up in here on my drawer. I needed a scrap piece so I can show you how I done the flower. So, but I can't find one. So what I might do is I might just duck over and see if I can't find. I did have a scrap piece here, but I seem to have lost it. Actually, I'll have a little look under here. So I know I threw a heap up here. So, okay, there's a piece. We'll use that little piece there. So I need that piece, and that piece. So I'm going to grab all my stamps. So I've got my love, I've got my flower, and I've got my 2 leaves, and I've got you so very much. So what I'm going to do, and these are all going to be done in Versamark. We're all going to be done in Memento Black, Tuxedo Black. So I'm just going to I'm stamping up my flower. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that. So I'm just stamping that up, and I'm just going to stamp that down in the corner of my scrap piece, and I'll just put that aside for a second. And I'm going to do the same. Oh, sorry, I need to get that back. And I'm going to do the same thing with my 2 little leaves, and I've got my 2 little leaves also on that same piece, and that's my 2 little leaves. I'm going to leave those for a second, and I'm going to grab this little square here, and I'm going to pop love down. So I might take that to the ink pad. I like to just take the ink pad to the stamp instead of and if you wanted to, you could use the Stamparatus or whatever you like. So I'm just going to pop that down into the bottom, and I'm just having a look at my card. So I'm thinking about taking this one down just a little bit more if I can get it. So I'm just stamping that. Hopefully it didn't wiggle the table. And there is my love. So I'll set that aside. And then I'm going to grab my So You So Very Much, because I've got love on the front, and then You So Very Much I want to have on the inside. So I'm just going to stamp this little one here, and I haven't used this one before, so I might have to give that a sample go. So I might just stamp that up the top there, and when you haven't used them before, they need to have a first go so you can get and I think my ink pad needs re-inking a bit more. Okay, so I've got that part, and I'm going to center that, try to center that in the center of my card. So I'm using my grid, and I'm just going to line it up, and I'm just going to have it go, and hopefully that's gone. Oh, and that was very lucky. It flipped up. So that'll go on the inside of my card. So, and that is all the stamping that I needed to do. So I'll just leave them sit there for a minute to dry. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue my piece here, my DSP. I'm going to glue that to my white base. So I'm just going to stick a little tiny bit of glue on there, and then just line that up, and so you've got a nice border all the way around. And I like to use the glue because I get a little bit more of a wiggle room before it adheres. So now I've got that piece. Grab this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that up to so center that around your card to where you want to have it. And once you've done that, and I don't mind having all these little scrap bits left over, because they come in handy for doing like scrapbooking and that. So I'm just eyeballing where I want to have that. So once I've got it to where I want it, it's just playing with me. I'm just going to hold that down there. I'm going to grab a pencil, and I'm just going to put a little mark there and a little mark there, and that's just on the fold where the edge of that fold is. So, and then once I've done that, I'm going to grab my little trimmer and just use my little one, so bringing my big one in, and I'm just going to go from that corner of that little mark to that mark there. So I'm going to line these up on the edge of my trim, and I'm just going to take it in a little tiny bit more, so I get rid of those marks. And then, oh, nearly chopped my finger. And then I'm just going to chop that piece off. So this is what you should have once you've done that. So you should have that piece cut off, so it should look like that. So we're not going to use that piece. Like I said, that piece will go into my scrap bin from my scrapbooking. And this little piece here should slide up under here and give you that nice little border, which it does. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stick that down. So I'm just going to use my Tombow glue, and I'm just going to stick that down. been a while since I've done a video, and I've had some, and I think I've done the same thing as I did before. I was only meant to, but that's okay. I'll have to. So don't do what I did. I done it. That's why I ended up sticking that other piece on there. So once you've got, like, you pop it in and line it up, and you've got that nice little bit of border all the way around. See, what I've done is I've stuck glue all the way around. I was only meant to do that, but I did the same thing as last time. So don't do what I did, but if you want to, I'm gonna use some of that DSP. So I'm just gonna pop a little piece in there, and what I might do is I'm just gonna pop that in there because there's enough glue on that. So I'm just going to stick that in there, and I'm just going to cut that with the scissors. So I'm just going to freehand that. So, and you're going to see me do like freehand. So what I'm just going to do is just going to cut along that, and I might have to take a little bit more in a minute, but okay. So I wasn't going to do that on camera. I was going to not make that mistake twice, but I seem to have done it twice today, so but that's okay. So I'm just going to snip down, and it's not hard to fix, like what they say, you can't make no mistakes in grafting, and it's true, you can't. So, and my inside will cover that, but I might stick that down before I end up making a mess of that as well. So I'm just going to stick that one down there, and I'm going to pop him, and I'm going to center him, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I center that with the outside one. So I'm just going to make sure that that's centered with and it's pretty close on there. So I've got that down there, and I've got that piece, and I can always stick another little bit more, but I still really need to, and that's got rid of all that stickiness now. So I'll pop the lid on that for a minute. I need to cut that down a little bit more because it's still peeking through there. So, and okay, trying to meet them with little slivers. Cutting slivers of something isn't doesn't work out well for me. So and I've just gone in. This is going to have a nice little, oh no, that's okay, and that one's going to be the same too. So I'm going to cut that little piece off too, but I'm just going to give it a nice little, just probably a little border. Okay. Okay. If I ever cut straight. Anyway, when you put yours on, make sure that you don't, or even if you just glue a little bit around here, and don't glue your card on there. So don't do what I did. But anyway, this is just showing you the mechanism of the card, like the corner fold. It's a corner flip. So once you've got that, then this piece here will sit on here, and I quite like how this is coming together. So what I'm going to do, and my writing's just tight come through there, but that's okay. If you make sure you put your writing a little bit further down, so, but that's okay. This is my sample one. So I'm going to just glue this piece here down, and once I glue that piece down, then I will show you how I stamped, how I coloured that in, and my writing. That's I need to cut that off a little bit more when I'm finished. Okay. Come over there, you. Okay. So that's that piece, and that's your card starting to take shape there. And I popped the lid onto that. And what I did here, I'll show you how I coloured these. And I've got the light and dark Highland Heather blends, and I've got the light daffodil, light granny apple green. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run down the center and just give this just a little light, and I'm not really fussed because I like those little bits of white in there, so I'll leave that there. And then I'm going to show you how I did this one. So all I done is with my darkest one, I just went through and I just picked up some of that where those lines are in the, like in my picture here, and then I just tiny little bits on the ends. So those little lines there, like they help you well they're good there for the dark areas. So, and that's all I'm going to do there. And then I'm going to grab my light one, and I'm just going to use my little, and I'm just going to blend that colour in. And then I'm just going to go, and when I've gone all the way over it, and I'm not going to show you what I did here, but once you've coloured it all the way in, you'll end up with this. And I've already cut it out. I've got one of my hairs flying around. Okay, and I've already cut it out. But if you wanted to make it lighter, just grab one of the your color lifter, and I'm just gonna go over it, like certain little areas, and this will lighten the colors up for you, and it'll sort of bring, so I'm just going around and just bring some of that color out, and make sure you clean your little brush before you use it again. So okay, in there, and then I'm just going to pop that up there. And once you've done that, then this little one here will go up from there, and will sit there, and then these little leaves will come in there. So I'm just going to grab some dimensionals, and I've got my, haven't got my other ones, but I'll just use my minis. And I'm just going to stick a couple of my minis. You can use the large ones, but I haven't got my large ones on the table with me. So I'm just going to stick that down, and once I've stuck that down, make sure I'm over, take all the backings off those, and once that's down, stick it where you want it, and I'm just going to stick it there, making sure that, and I think that saves it really too, because you can't see where I've, so, but anyways, I pop that there, and then I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on the ends of these, a little bit, she says, and I'm just going to pop that in there, and just hold it down, and then give it a curl. I like to curl those little ends of the leaves up, and just pop a little bit on this side, and then once you've done that one, oh, and you're just going to stick that into that side, and once you hold that down a little bit, and you can give that a little curl, and there you go. So I think that's all I did for that one. Oh, and that's my other one. But down here, if you want to, grab your little your darkest one. You can have your dark, and just give a couple of these little flowers here just to colour in. And I'll use the light one, and I'm just going to give this little one here a little colour with the light. And you can do these dark or light, but I just wanted to do a couple, just the little ones, and there you go. So you can colour more if you like, but oh, and another thing you got to do before you finish is this little corner here, so it's not lifting up. Just pop a little bit of glue on the back of that, and then hold him down, and I'll just hold it for a second, and there you have your cute little corner fold cards. So they're just so cute, and I love both of them, like so. But yeah, so there you go. This one's in Holland Heather, and this one's in Rococo Rose. So, but if you'd like to purchase any of these products, would like a catalogue, I'll have all the links below this video, so where you can go and purchase any of the items that I've used today, or if you want to ask any questions, I'll have a link there so you can send me a message, an email. So, but alrighty then, I hope you all have a great day, and thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.